against the Browns, and their quarterback Tua Tagovailoa doing a little moonwalk back on some comments he made on Sunday, essentially impugning everyone in the organization, saying that players have been late to or no-shows to players-only meetings, saying that the leadership needs to be better. Tua today back at the podium taking accountability for his own leadership failure.
You know, for myself, I got to look at myself as the leader, protecting the team. I don't feel like I did that to the best of my abilities. I felt like I let the emotions of the game get to me after the game. And, you know, that's something that I can learn from as a leader on this team. And what happens in-house should be protected. And none of that should have gotten out. And so want to publicly apologize about that. Want to move forward, and now want to focus on the Cleveland Browns.
Not what you want when you've got a critical game to stay afloat and relevant, Ian, is your quarterback at his weekly press conference before a Week 7 game, apologizing for basically everything that he said post-game on Sunday. There were a couple issues here. One, from everything I understand, this has been a non-issue in Miami. There's not a bunch of these players-only gatherings. There's not an issue with tardiness, but also the fact that by the vague nature of his...
When the defensive players get together themselves, might have even been talking about some defensive players missing some of those meetings. It's not clear, but as you mentioned, he kind of just says, makes it seem like everyone is kind of missing him when we don't even know that's the reality. But yes, it is Tua coming back and apologizing, which I guess is a good thing, right? I mean, it's better than him saying I did nothing wrong, but it's all fine. And yes, certain things should stay in-house. But really what he has done, Judy, is he has taken a difficult, trying season and cranked it up to like 11. Because if the eyeballs weren't on the Dolphins already, which they were, if the discussions of Mike McDaniel's job status weren't happening already, which they were, they're all happening even more now with what is, you know, at the very best, a misguided reference. He wasn't even asked about anything like this post-game. And here's what else I would say, Judy, is if Tua wants to be a leader, there are ways to be a leader. But if you're not, just don't be. It's okay. Just be the quarterback. Not all quarterbacks are leaders. Trying to be all things, trying to be the leader, trying to send a message to teammates who may or may not need to have this message, doing it publicly, it's all bad. And we will see how the Dolphins respond on the field. And if it's not a good response on the field, then this situation now is going to get a lot worse times 100.
I am a lot more interested in what Tua perceived was going on that caused him to go off like that in public and call out essentially everybody, not whether other people think there was a problem or there wasn't a problem with people showing up late. I am interested in what Tua perceived as the issue, because certainly with his comments, he pulled back the curtain on at least the starting quarterback being concerned about his teammates' commitment to the football team, to the game, to preparation. And if he perceives that to be a problem, it's a problem. Whether anybody else in the building thinks it's a problem or not, it's a problem because he then has a problem with his teammates. And this is the kind of thing that we know it happens in locker rooms with losing teams. There is sniping. Usually it is kept behind closed doors. This time, of course, Tua threw the doors wide open so we could all see it. But certainly this is indicative of issues in the Miami Dolphins that frequently crop up when teams are struggling. And I am fascinated by the fact that Tua perceives that there are issues going on that so frustrated him, a guy who is so measured, usually very careful about what he says, usually pretty upbeat in public conversation, for him to go off like that. I am fascinated by his level of frustration.
The primary issue for the Dolphins right now is that their quarterback is apologizing publicly for things that he said and apologizing directly to his teammates at a critical juncture again in their season. Oh, by the way, the Dolphins owe Tua $54 million fully guaranteed in 2026. Thursday.